Okay, so the very first thing you want to do is in your notebook, go ahead and title this box activity and create this table. Box number 1, input or height, length, width, and volume. So go ahead and pause the video here while you make this in your notebook, and then keep the video playing when you're finished. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you choose an input. Your input is essentially the square that you are going to cut out from the corner of your big rectangle piece of paper. So you're going to choose your input. It has to be in centimeters. Actually, all of your input here is in centimeters, and volume is in centimeters cubed. Okay, so you're going to choose some number of centimeters for your input. For me, I'm just going to choose 2 centimeters. And that input is the squares you're going to cut out of your corner of your rectangle. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure out 2 centimeters. And I'm going to measure out another 2 centimeters.
Do students create emails when they are enrolled here? You know how like there's student emails?
Okay, so there you go. So we have this 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter square. We are going to cut off our corner. We're going to do this for each of our corners. So that input you choose, whatever input it may be, you're going to make a square of those measurements and trace out the 2 centimeters or whatever yours was for the squares in your corners. So when you're finished, you should have all 4 corners have a square with the input you chose. In my case, 2 centimeters was my input. You're going to go ahead and cut out those squares from your rectangle. Okay, so when you're finished cutting out your squares, you should have a rectangle that has these corners missing. You are now going to go ahead and measure the length and the width of your remaining parts. So the length is going to be this longer part here of your rectangle. In centimeters, you're just going to measure it, right? Because we've cut out 2 centimeters on this side, 2 centimeters on this side. We're going to measure what's left, and it looks like it's about 26 centimeters. So you're going to go ahead and put that in your table. And then the width, you're going to measure the width, is the shorter part of this. So going to take your width, and it looks like the width that's remaining is about 9, making sure, 18 point, wait, yeah. It looks more like 18.5 centimeters. So again, record that in your table. So now you have the measurements of your height, your length, and your width. Now remember, you were the one who determined your height. The length and the width resulted after you cut out those corners. So now that you're finished, you're going to go ahead and build a box. So to make your box, you're going to go ahead and you're going to need some tape. You're going to fold up where your corner was cut off. So it's going to be folded in like that. You're going to do the same thing to the other side. Fold that up. You should have all 4 sides folded up, so you make this box, and you can go ahead and tape the sides together so your box stays held up. Okay, so go ahead, create your box, make sure your table is filled out with the input, the length, and the width, and then in the next step we'll discuss finding volume. Okay, so now that you have the height, length, and width for your box, you can go ahead and find the volume. So to find the volume of a box, you just multiply your height, your length, and your width. So just height times length times width. So you can go ahead and use your calculator. So for me it's 2 times 26. Sorry, let me include the units here. 2 centimeters times 26 centimeters times 18.5 centimeters, which is equal to, okay, so 2 times 26 times 18.5, which is equal to 962 centimeters cubed, because we have a centimeter times a centimeter times a centimeter, which is why your units are centimeter cubed. So you're going to go ahead and do exactly what I did with your rectangular piece of paper. You're going to just choose some input. Please choose something other than 2 centimeters. Cut out those corners, find your length and your width with your rulers, and then find the volume. Do this with at least 2 boxes. Okay? And then take a picture of all of your work and upload it on Dreamseed Do.